less than a Bermuda Hex, the party decided that they were going to try to talk with the two giant women, her and Ra. Which by the way, I've been watching the YouTube videos. It's not her as in Her, it's Hur, because their names spelled together is hurrah, like the war cry or whatever. Anyways, uh, you guys talked with her. Hey, you made a friend with her. Uh, you got in a fight with Ra. Well, that was like 2 sessions ago. But you, just Callan, I, all of you guys decided to go off sort of on your own ways. Callan, you decided to follow. You went around the back of the bar and went to take a look at Captain Ink's house. You looked inside. You saw that the room upstairs was probably where Smudge lived. You made a noise. Ink came after you. However, you were able to sneak away and actually followed Ra as she went to go talk with Raphael and Thaddius. You guys came on back, and the rest of the party finally came into the building with Smudge as she pulled you guys along because she was so happy that Cicero loved her tea that she wanted to go have you guys sleep at her house for the night because she didn't want you to sleep in the strip club. You guys entered, Ink closed the door, sort of interrogated you guys, but found that he's gonna be keeping a very close eye on you guys. And during that time, after that whole traumatic experience, you decided to talk around with some of the people. Well, Cicero talked with Smudge upstairs. I think it was Aaron who talked to the Iron Chef.
Yeah.
Who promptly thought that he was kissing his ass. And yeah, that was pretty much what happened last session. What I want to know before this session is, do you guys want to continue with the night and talk with other NPCs, or do you want to skip to the morning, which is the last day that the group is going to be here at this stop? We'll just say that Cicero passed out upstairs with Smudge as they were drinking their tea.
I mean, passed out or had their heads explode? Because you know.
You don't know. You definitely heard a loud thud.
They're probably
Where
fine.
it might be from. Yeah.
Is Thaddius with everyone else, or is he still with Raphael?
He's with everyone else.
Okay.
Raphael has gone off by himself, and he's going to be coming back later in the night. So if you want to talk to him again, you can.
Did Raphael and I do anything while we were conniving?
You were helping him build his new gun, or make tweaks on it. How about you go ahead and give me either a Arcana check or whatever your proficiency is for building. Go ahead and give me that, and I'll tell you what you could discern from the gun.
Sure. Tinkers or smiths?
Let's go Tinkerers.
Sure.
Cool. So, while you were working with Raphael, you helped him out quite a bit. First of all, he's also an artificer, just like you.
Yeah.
However, more into guns rather than robots. and you looked at his gun and everything. You went over it with him. You realize that the lightning cannon, as he calls it, deals a lot of damage when held in the hands of an artificer. Other people it doesn't do too much, but artificers can change up the way it's used. Per se, yeah, they could shoot it well, and they can use it for different means. Like you saw that Raphael showed you that he could make the gun use a sort of cone effect with the lightning that it shot out.
In the process of him showing all me this, can I ask? Can I shoot it? Can I shoot it?
He says no.
Can I shoot it? No, fine. Oh, okay. I would continue helping him, I guess. He doesn't seem very talkative, so I would probably not try to press him too much.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably incessantly talk the whole time, though, as well. But,
Yeah.
nothing.
Well, yeah, as you were incessantly talking while he was working, eventually Raw came over, brought you guys over to the house, and Captain Ink questioned a bunch of you guys about who he saw up on his home later that night. And he has a very distinct suspicion that it was one of you guys because you're all the newbies here, and he doesn't really recall bringing you guys up here. However, Smudge vouched for you, so did her. So he let it slide for now. So he basically gave a very angry look to both her and Smudge as he went off to go over to the bar.
Also, can I ask one last thing? Is the group, or the pirates at least, aware that, like, Thaddius came in with the rest of the Bermuda Hex, or is that kind of like a separate thing?
They don't really. Yes,
Are
I
we
think.
affiliated together, or was that because I kind of went over to Captain Ink by myself and I didn't really.
Yeah, once you were brought over, the rest of the group did say that they knew you, and even before that, Smudge talked with Harry and Cicero, and one of you said that, yeah, I know Thaddeus.
Damn it. Okay. That's all I need to know.
Cool. But yeah, it's currently nighttime. Aaron, you just finished talking with Iron Chef. Her and Ra are still here. And Raphael is... He's going to be back whatever you guys want. But basically, he's going to be... When he comes back, he's going to walk in and almost immediately head towards bed.
Same.
Well, if nobody wants to talk to any of the pirates, how about let's go check out our rooms and maybe have a conference?
Good to me.
Yep. You head upstairs and you see that there is the main cot in this place. You see three huge hammocks. No, only two. Iron Chef doesn't need to sleep. Two huge hammocks, probably for her and Ra. You see, as you head up the stairs to the right, the door is open just a little bit ajar to what appears to be a main bedroom. And you see that Cicero and Smudge are just passed out from drinking all the tea.
Does it look like the room is used by everyone in the house, or is it just like some people?
Well,
Is this just a room for us?
There is a room just for you. You head past the two hammocks, and you notice that there is a sort of guest room. You head inside, and there are about 8 beds laid out.
Okay.
So go ahead and talk amongst yourselves.
Before we do so, is it possible to like shape my spells at all? I'd like to cast silence so it doesn't like extend into the door, but it kind of blocks any sound from getting through.
Well, thing with silence is that sound can't go through or come from within it, so you could cast it on the door if you want. However, the floor, you might be able to. I would say that if you put it in front of the door, it most people will not be able to hear a word that you guys are saying.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Would they notice the like I want to make it so that no one would really notice that the silent spell was cast.
Well, I mean, they can't see it. They would only ever realize if they got within the range, and the two hammocks are nowhere within the range of the spell.
Okay. Fair enough then.
You guys have kind of been put in the corner of the loft, basically.
I'm okay with it. Alright, so I do that. Alright guys. So what are we thinking here?
Well.
Alright, first of all, Callan, what happened, man? Were you caught?
Okay. Short answer, no. Longer answer, almost. Tried to. First off, I tried to get into the workshop where Thaddius was. That's a no-go. There's like one door in, and then there's a random hole in the back. I still don't really understand why. That some people are doing work, and there's too much movement. Like they're doing construction, clearing out this hole. So I couldn't go over there. There was like 5 people just working. So instead, I thought I'd try and go into Ink's place, and well, I look around. Are we like by ourselves, or am I just whispering to people?
All of you guys are by yourselves in this room.
And
Just
I
wanted to-
cast silence so that no one would overhear us. So we're
that
we're
mean-
good to go.
Does that mean we can't talk, or is that like
No, I did it away from us, so it's basically like sound won't get through to other people, but we can talk amongst
okay.
ourselves.
okay, cool?
Bone of silence.
Yeah. So I tried getting into Ink's place, thinking that if I could just grab papers that said something about the trade operation, then we could just get out of here. The window didn't look trapped. Opened it, no problem. Immediately, I heard the conversation downstairs halt. So, surprise, it was trapped. So I got out of there. And I don't remember if it was her or Rob, but someone went running over to get Thaddius and Raph. So I just followed them in, and I got to look at that place. It's kind of cool, lots of boxes, but I couldn't find anything specific in there either about the trading operation. So all in all, not too great. Sorry.
Well, you didn't get caught, so that's good, but I think they're on alert now, so less good. I'd say good idea, poor execution. But
Appreciate the feedback.
could have been worse. Could have been worse. Honestly, I think that might be our only option, because honestly, I think if we try to fight any of these guys, it's game over, guys. Like, I don't know.
What's the other option?
We need to just find a connection between Ink and Prince Mika Rockface. Like, that's our end game. That's our goal here. So,
Well, do we know what they were trading or what they were working with?
you mean like down at the boats?
Yeah, like what could we look for, right? Other than just paperwork that would be locked away somewhere on a binder or something.
Well, Cord and I weren't able to really get a look at what they were doing down there, but I don't think the cargo would really tell us who they're trading with, would it? Maybe?
Is there like a rock face crest?
I didn't see one, but I didn't look either, so it's possible. Um, we could maybe sneak down there tonight, or you're probably better at that.
I don't think me leaving the building tonight is wise.
That's probably a good idea. Good point.
I can leave.
You think so?
Oh yeah, of course. I have a little bit of extra tricks up my sleeve now, so I can definitely MacGyver thing. Just give me like 10 minutes, okay? And I'm gonna sit down and start ritual casting Find Familiar.
While he's doing that, Clark, I know I looked over that book of guilds because I read it.
Hmm.
Did it have any details about things like trading partners in there?
No. It seemed like Gil didn't care too much of how Ink got the money, more how to take it from Ink.
Gotcha, that's fair.
Go figure.
Okay, guys, I've lost track. What is the ultimate goal here? Is it just to prove collusion between Ink and Rockface, or is it to kill Ink, or is it to shut down the space? What's the ultimate goal here?
I
Get
think
everybody else done.
Okay,
Do you
we'll
want
put
me
that
to-
one. That one.
no. I think the main I think the main goal was to prove that Ink was working with Mika Rockface, and then kill him if we can. But I don't think that that Rygar actually expected us to actually kill him.
I thought we were supposed to capture him or kill him.
Yeah, that
kind of
that is
suicide
what
mission.
Rygar said. He did say while Ink is here, you need to capture or kill him, and if you can find a letters or something of coercion between him and Prince.
Oh, I had it
Rockface.
backwards. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
so we had the numbers.
Because yeah, he wants you to do this because he said we I know that Mika Rockface and him have a thing together, so I can't prove it because I don't have evidence. Therefore, I don't need evidence to take down Ink because the evidence is enough that he's a pirate. We need to stop him. So if he is colluding with Rockface, she'll get pissed off, and she might let something slip. She might not. But either way, we're getting rid of Ink, which would mean that Prince Rockface would be pissed off and not have her like main pirate anymore. But if they weren't working together, we still get Captain Ink, which is still a plus in everyone's book.
Well, shit. So
Okay,
we're gonna
well-
have to do something about it.
Let's just spitball. Let's just make some ideas of possible ways to kill Ink.
Okay.
One of the sneaky types somehow goes in, kills him in his sleep. Evidently, he's super duper paranoid of water. Maybe you just throw a bucket on him and he melts.
That
Um,
feels unlikely.
well, I mean,
It's
like,
not a terrible idea though.
seems important. Like, if he's got some kind of weird ink paper thing on, maybe he'll just, disintegrate. Option 2, proven effective on pirates in the past. We lock the doors and set the house on fire.
Okay. Corollary to that, what if we do that to like a ship?
That's what I've been saying for like the past 5 days.
I don't remember you ever
wanted to
saying
set a
that.
Ship on fire. I did. I was like, why don't we just go down and set a ship on? Okay, that's fine. It's your idea. It's a good idea.
I don't remember that ever happening, but okay.
Well,
You can
no
have the
matter the
idea.
order.
It's fine. But
What does that solve us? Can I say that?
what was that going? Sorry.
What does that solve for us if we just burn the ship?
Well, I'm saying burn the ship with him on it. Like somehow set it, rig it to blow. Like
Yeah.
if we can get Smudge on our side, it looks like Cicero's kind of doing a little bit of that. But
I
maybe
can't imagine her ever planting a bomb for him though.
At least get her enough on our side that we can get bombs or bomb supplies from her.
I mean, if Raphael lets me in his workshop and everything, I could probably just MacGyver something of my own, and you let me go free reign. I'll go
I
free
mean-
reign.
The best place to kill him would be on the ship, because on the island we have a whole town of pirates that are going to back him up.
exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'll kind of land that because Who did they say usually goes with him on the ship? They say Smudge usually goes with him on the ship. Who else did they say usually goes with him?
They
He doesn't
said,
take the Giants with him, right?
yeah, he's gonna be taking pretty much everyone that you have seen that are the main, uh, his
All
main
the
crew.
characters who have names beyond crewman number 6, basically.
Yes, but you also know that his ship is the biggest ship you have ever seen. So he probably is going to need more than just those people on hand.
Do any of us know how many crewmen it usually takes to run a ship?
Well, that's what I was. I mean, I was gonna check and see if I could roll for that, but I don't know what the roll would be.
Well, given the time that you were there to try to check it out, you almost immediately got booted out. So I don't even. You roll me a
Well,
perception check at disadvantage.
well, no, I mean,
I
like
guess.
to know how, like we know about how big the ship is. How many people normally takes to sail that?
Are you proficient in water vehicles?
No.
Then you would not know. You could try giving an estimate, but it would not be a solid one.
I'm proficient in being a giant nerd.
Yeah. Well.
All right. Well, let's assume that he's gonna probably take a majority of the people around here. Um, so even if we stow aboard, we'll be fighting a large number of pirates.
It'd
About-
probably be less than a majority of the town because if he took most of the town, it could get ransacked while he's away.
How about a little bit column A, a little bit column B? Like, if we find a way to set fire to the ships that are in the harbor, like not trying to kill them, just setting fire to the ships, then if a bunch of people were trying to deal with that, and Ink wouldn't deal with that because he doesn't like water and he's important, so he wouldn't want to do that kind of stuff. Then while maybe while a bunch of the people are gone, we could just get back to the assassination side of the plan.
Here's the problem I see with that, is that he already suspects us of being shady. If his ship suddenly burned down while we're here, I feel like we're suspect number one.
Yeah, definitely you. You're shady.
Thanks for that one, Thaddeus. Good contribution.
I try.
What
I try
else?
spellcasting.
I'm glad he interrupted his spellcasting for that.
Yep. I'll restart the 10 minutes now.
All right. Good to know.
Anybody have kind of a read on? Because from what I've got of her, I mean, she likes fighting, she likes killing stuff, she liked her sister, she considers herself kind of a professional. But I mean, as far as I can tell, Raw would be one of the big things that would, the big difference between us fighting and us just getting curb stomped. So, does anybody feel like they kind of have an idea about her personality?
The feeling that I got is that she enjoys smashing and she enjoys killing.
I mean, do you want me to talk to her?
I'd rather
Um,
not. You just cast your spell. Just whatever you're doing. Just
Okay.
Because the problem is, whether by land or by sea, we're kind of boned, So, like the sheer number of pirates here, we kind of need to get it to have some kind of advantage, and I don't see except just maybe going straight to Raw and say, hey, how about Ash Inc? You can be in charge, and we'll just leave because we just came for Ink, and then you can be in charge, and you can do as much smashing and so on as you want. Do you think she would go for that?
Thaddeus.
Yo.
Sorry to interrupt, but while you were with Raphael, we didn't really get to RP that with you because you were gone. So I want you just to roll me a persuasion check,
Sure.
and I'll give you a little bit of Okay. You talked with Raphael a little bit. You learned a little bit about him. First of all, he hates it when you call him Raph.
That will not stop me from calling him Raph.
He
Oh
he,
yeah,
he,
I
he
know.
learned
That's
that in
how I
the
played
first
it
second.
for you. That's how I played
He
it
actually
for you,
did. I
buddy.
remember that.
But yeah, he hates it when you call him Raph. But you also, from talking with him for a little bit, you could get a sense of whenever you talked about ink, he would get a little bit pissed. And from it, how he talks so highly of himself and his skills and everything, you think that Raphael wants to be captain. He's first mate of the Inkblot Pirates, and you could definitely tell that from the way he talked and everything, and from the way that he looks at Ink and how Ink basically treated him like a child over in the bar. You would think that he wants to be captain.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
guys, let me vomit up some information.
why aren't you?
Cole's
What
notes.
spell are you casting? That you can interrupt it so much.
I'm just summoning a friend. So I was able to learn blah, 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 word puke. Basically, Raffy, as I like to call him, since we're kind of tight now. So he has a little bit of resentment towards Captain Ink, and I definitely believe that might be a little bit exploitable. If you give me enough time and chance to be able to talk to someone in person, I might be able to just piss him off to the point where he might agree with me. Capiche?
That sounds like a great plan, but at the same
I
time, it sounds like a terrible plan.
don't
I'm just worried that
know
pissing him off is not the shortcut to that.
if pissing him off is the best way to go here.
Well, with someone that's angry and volatile, I did it to you once before, Aaron. It kind of just spurs things along.
It's a good way to get killed, though, Thaddeus.
Yup.
What? I don't die.
They could put you to sleep and you wouldn't be able to do any cool stuff anymore. You'd just be asleep, like, forever.
That's not a realistic thing. I don't know what you're understanding, even mentioning. Myself, I will be transcended to another life. This life is just one of the beginning. So, no.
They could take the you in this life and they could cut your dick off, Thaddeus.
I am old as fuck. I'm not procreating.
Don't you have any portions of yourself that you wish to retain intact?
Perry, I don't think this is a productive line of conversation,
Sorry.
honestly.
Yeah,
like,
okay. Like,
I mean, father would have been my important part of me that I would have kept alive and well.
well, I mean, we all agreed to this, and we agreed that he would be the last one through, and the barbarians got to him, and I guess he couldn't defend himself. So,
I
I
mean,
don't.
your opinion means nothing to me, Aaron. So,
It's not really an opinion. That's just what happened.
yeah, but I wasn't really asking for your input.
okay, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back, kids. Okay, so I agree that talking to you, trying to talk him around is the best idea. Just being like, hey, you help us kill Ink. We have no use for that ship. It's yours. Go nuts. I'm
Maybe,
not sure.
maybe
I'm not sure if
someone
Thaddeus
else.
by himself. Well, he does know Thaddeus, and Thaddeus does have a little more freedom than us because his alibi is so tight, doesn't he? Or does Ink suspect him too?
Well, his alibi is pretty tight.
I don't see why anyone would suspect me. I'm an old man.
I feel like
Good.
Ink's the kind of guy who suspects everyone, to be fair.
Then
But,
maybe Thaddeus and Ori maybe. Um,
well, Perry,
wait,
you're the
you do
most
look kinda
convincing one of
defenseless.
us. You and Sister are the two most convincing people here, I think.
I'm a what now? That's true. I look like someone you don't want to mess with though. I look sweet and pretty and cute. So maybe one of them
Do you
should
also
go.
think that if we are bringing in a secondary person, he might just kind of get suspicious because him and I were talking before, and suddenly I'm bringing in a second?
Well,
I
I mean,
think
this would.
suspicious is no longer on the table if we're directly saying to him, "Hey, do you want to rebel against
Yeah,
Ink?"
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. The question is, will the crew follow him, or will they side with Ink?
I mean, it'd be, even if anything is suddenly thrown down, it'd be good to have someone on Overwatch. I've
And
seen that
like,
gun. I want it.
That's
well,
true.
and the crew doesn't necessarily have to go along with him against Ink. If the idea is that, he helps hold off the bazillion pirates or whatever while we just kill Ink, then once Ink is dead, the pirates have no reason to who's in charge anymore.
Hmm.
Raphael will be like, I'm in charge. They're like, oh, yes, sir.
True. And, if he gets a high enough vantage point, he might be able to just pick people off, the weaker ones off, for give us the chance to deal with the big scaries.
Speaking of, what's the
Yeah,
top?
but the problem isn't the other guys. It's her, Raw, and Chef.
I still think that
Yeah, Chef has a
that we could
flamethrower,
talk
by the
around
way.
her and Raw.
He's a flamethrower?
Well, that's what he called it. Yeah, he kind of hooked himself up to this thing, and then flame shot out of his arm. It was
I want father to
terrifying.
be like that one
Uh,
day.
or combine plan 1 and plan 2. Like I was saying earlier about setting ships on fire to cause the distraction of people to go away, but you guys were like, oh, Ink will be suspicious. What if we're all here very clearly, obviously outlined here, if he could set the ships on fire?
I don't think he'll do that, honestly. I talked to him earlier, and he's not exactly a violent guy, but uh, he seems pretty loyal to Ink.
I can make people violent.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, sort of.
What about Raw? If Raw was willing to be on our side, like, hey, Raw, we're making this plan. Raphael gets the ship. You and her get and just do your own thing, or you can come with us and be mercenaries if you want, and come at it from two angles, maybe.
I think that's a solid idea, but we should probably get Raphael on board first.
The problem with that is we have no idea which way Raw will swing on that decision.
Yeah.
And
Maybe.
my thing though is
I
that I don't
mean,
see how we could possibly not just succeed but survive if Raw and her aren't on our side. Like, we'll just be squished into jelly.
the problem is we don't have enough time to figure it out and know what she wants to do.
This
Because
is
we
what.
were like, we were going all out against her that testing fight, and we went all out, and we got her kind of hurt but not killed, and she put three of us straight up unconscious.
Well, to be fair, that was also, kind of her space. We all had to be within like 10 feet of her. We couldn't even get out of her range, it felt like. So, in a real fight, hopefully, we would be able to kind of distance ourselves a little bit more. But
But in
yeah,
a real fight,
I
if
know
we
what
had
you're
the option
saying.
for distance, all the pirates who saw us fighting Raw would be like, oh, they're fighting Raw, and they'd try and kill us too.
Well, this is why I'm saying, like, plant a bomb on the ship, and then when it goes out to sea, it detonates, and then hopefully Ink dies there.
Problem is that takes a lot of bomb, because it's a big ship, right? Know as much about bombs as someone like. I mean, maybe me and sister could talk around Smudge. Is like, hey, Smudge, so you throw your bombs around, but they wouldn't destroy that ship, right?
Clark, what I know about like powder magazines and stuff like that?
What would be your reason behind that? Why would you
Um,
know that?
well, I see the cannons, and I know that there's a lot of shot around there, so maybe they would store it in one place. I don't know.
Uh, I Yeah, I'm just asking, like, Aaron as a character, what would he know anything about
He wouldn't he
gunpowder?
wouldn't he wouldn't know about ships, but or well, he knows that gunpowder's a thing. He's seen cannons shot before, so that's really it, really though.
Uh, I'd say that. Well, what are you trying to discern from this?
Well, the idea that Connor had was put a bomb in the powder magazine, and then, that would the problem would take care of itself.
Yeah, you could imagine that it could be like that. Like uh you could you could probably with that gunpowder explodes and everything. Yeah, so you would think that that would probably be the best case is to put it inside the for the biggest explosion. That would be what you would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't necessarily need like a big bomb. We just need it put in the right place.
There's just too much stuff to consider. It's making my head hurt.
Yeah. Um, we don't have any time is the problem. Um, for now, we can wait until Cicero wakes up and maybe he'll have some better news. Maybe he convinced Smudge to join us. I don't know. Um, but we can plan on talking to Raphael and then see if he's up for an insurrection or something and go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe things will make more sense in the morning.
Thaddeus, what are you doing with that thing? I assume you've summoned your familiar at this point.
Have I summoned my familiar at this point?
Takes
Mark?
an hour. Oh no, does it take an hour? I don't think it
10
takes
minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah, you would have owned it by now.
Sweet. So hopefully in the time that it's finally been summoned, I wanted to try to cover it as much as possible and tell it to go invisible because I'm summoning an imp.
Yeah, you're a warlock, right?
Yeah.
So
So
you
I
could
took
do that.
I took Pact of the Chain and then chose imp, and then
Cool.
make it go invisible, and then I'll just turn around and be like, yeah, I have a imaginary friend. He can do stuff.
Can I see what he actually did? Like, see the imp before it goes invisible?
Yeah,
Because I'm watching this.
that imp that poofed into being and then disappeared.
That is, you said that you covered it, like you summoned it under something.
I wanted to try to make it like as inconspicuous as possible. Like I was gonna do it in the corner and then like as close to me as possible, and then as soon as it's like there, be like, go invisible, you piece of shit. And then
So
be like, turn around and be
Thaddeus,
like, oh.
Thaddeus trying to make something inconspicuous immediately makes it conspicuous to me.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do I have to roll like a stealth? What do I roll for that? Does he roll? He rolls perception. I'm guessing.
I think it would be sleight of hand versus perception.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Ha! Yeah, you see it.
Oh, I rolled a 17 to myself, but Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
my passive perception catches that. I think almost everybody sees that.
Everyone notices the imp before it poofs.
What the hell is that thing? Why would you summon a demon?
It's not a demon. It's my friend.
Of course it is. What are you trying to do with that?
Well, Steven here can
Yep.
be travel, and I'll make it like tug on his leg.
On my leg?
Yeah.
I kick it.
Okay. So he can go around invisible like and do whatever he needs to do, and me myself, and I'll cast invisibility, and I'll go invisible as well.
I kick him.
Okay.
No, I
That was
don't.
like
I don't. I
before.
don't. I don't.
I would, and I'll just be like, and we can kind of do things. I know that you guys said I wasn't the most stealthy before, so I decided to work on it, and this gives me eyes ahead of where I'm going. Get the scouting thingy.
Well, that's good. So you'd be able to send Steven?
Steven.
Steven maybe down to the ships to investigate him real good, or down to what's his face's shop or
Yeah, I can do that. I can.
Could he carry a bomb onto the ship and plant it there?
Sure.
The
I mean,
bomb would not be invisible though.
Well, if we do it during the night, I guess. But we don't have a bomb, do we?
I mean, if Raphael and I talk, I'm pretty sure he can. I can just start a little friendly competition. Who can make a better bomb?
oh, that's good.
I am sure he will go for that. I am sure.
Whatever the
Steven-
whatever the imp carries goes invisible with it.
Yeah, if it uses the
Whatever. Yeah, whatever it's carrying, but I'm gonna take a look at the. Depending on the size of the bomb, I'm wondering if the imp can actually carry it.
Oh, his strength is
size.
6. It's 10.
I mean, if
fine.
it's just like a little, I don't know, palm-sized grenade.
Yeah.
It's like
Palm-sized
C4 charges.
grenade could work.
Let's make some C4.
Roll.
Plan.
Oh, yep. Let's invent Steve. Okay, so so your little guy would be able to do that scouting while we sleep, right? There would be no problem, and then he can come back, in the wee hours of the morning, and let us know what he found, and that way, during the day we'll go on from there now that we know more.
Can imps cast fire magic?
None of the familiars can do damage, no
Yeah, they can.
matter what.
I'm pretty sure they get a. They can. They
I
get a
think if
turn.
you take the
Find
chain,
familiar.
they can.
Can't they do like a 1 damage attack or something?
If it's a warlock, I think they're allowed to attack.
Let me take a look at Pack the Chain. And then I know for a fact that Find Familiar does not allow them to attack. But let's take a look at Pack the Chain. You can learn the Find Familiar spell and cast it as a ritual. The spell doesn't count against your number of spells known. When you cast a spell, you can choose one of the normal forms, or one of the following: Imp, Pseudo-Dragon, Quasit, or Sprite. Additionally, when you take the attack action, you can forego one of your attacks to allow your familiar to make one attack. Alright, so yeah, it can make one attack of its own with its reaction.
Or even it could just bring flint and tinder instead of fire. Because if he's scouting at night, and then during the day, we're gonna have alibis.
Well,
we're
what
gonna be right.
I was gonna say is we have him carry in several small bombs and place them on the bottom of the ship, and then he just kind of sits there and waits till it goes and then sets it off.
Well, imps nor quasits can cast fire magic. So they would have to, get a torch of some sort.
flint and tinder.
I mean, we can give him some flint and steel, I guess. Yeah.
I think I have some sparklers.
Yeah, I have a tinderbox. I mean, I don't really want to part with it, but I can give it up for this.
Well, let's start with the scouting, because we don't know what the situation is yet. He could have, 500. I don't know.
Good call.
Infant elflings in the
Sure.
bottom of his ship. We don't want to set it on fire. So
I
Just
like
let
I,
it
I like that
scout.
idea. I like that idea. Let's send the imp to scout, and then our plan.
His name's Steven.
okay.
And then the plan is approach Raphael and then see if he'd be open to a mutiny.
Okay. Plausible. So, do you guys agree that Cal's the one that's on the thinnest ice right now? The one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we all have
Yeah.
alibis that Cal's on thin ice.
Yeah,
So
Callie,
Cal-
you need to lie low for a bit.
Yeah, Cal, I'm
Sounds good.
I'm down with it. At some point, like if you have a chance to hide somewhere and then wait for stuff to happen, I would say go for it. And we could always just, oh, that Cal, we don't really know him that well. He must have snapped,
You mean throw him under the bus?
Well,
No,
you know
I'll
what
keep
I'm
my eye
saying
out.
is like, yeah, if he gets a chance to get out of the firing zone and just go and hide and keep his eyes open and wait for an opportunity, then we can do that and sort of kind of separate ourselves from him so he can be safe away and we can continue doing our own stuff.
Well, I mean, he does have a job that gives him a pretty solid alibi here.
just mean if he gets if it seems like that's his best chance if Ink is about to.
Sure.
Okay. So backup plan if Ink comes down hard on him. The rest of us have alibis, at least about breaking in. So we're still suspicious to Ink, but he's probably not just going to kill us out of nowhere because we've proven ourselves to be potentially useful. So I think that we'll be able to pretty much a game of wait and see tomorrow, and like you guys said, try and get Roth on our side, and then go on from there.
Does someone want to wake up Cicero and see if he's had any luck with Smudge, by the way?
Is this our downstairs with Smudge?
He's in the next room. In between,
Yeah.
the silent spell is in between us and him.
No, you basically you guys are. Let me head back to your map.
Oh, he's making
You
a
guys-
map right now. Okay.
Y'all are all the way to the right of the of the house right now. Let me just place y'all. Boom. Cicero is all the way over here.
Oh
This-
shit. Okay.
Yeah, her and Ra, this is their beds, and then the master bedroom is on this side.
Gotcha.
So just a
We'll just have to
corner.
talk with Sister in the morning.
Yeah, let's just do that. Hopefully he's had some success tonight. I don't know. Okay. It's solid enough for now. Let's get some sleep. I guess, unless anyone has anything they want to go over anymore. Or Ori, you got anything?
No.
Alright.
Hey, thank you, Ari. Cal, are you still hurting? Like you're still a little bit under the weather.
Yeah, if we're sleeping, I'm good.
Okay. Well, hold on. But before we sleep, I'll go ahead and and give you a little top up just in case the worst happens. Get a full night's sleep. So I'll just go ahead and give him 9 hit points because I get my warlock spell slots back after only a short rest.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, if we're healing people, I'll just give everyone a cure wounds if anyone needs one. Anyone?
Man, if we're just dumping, I don't know why we're doing this, but
Well, no,
I'm still 9 down.
well for
so.
me, if we only get a short rest instead of a long rest, this is just me talking. If we only get a short rest instead of a long rest, I'll regenerate that spell slot.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, fair enough.
We get
then.
waking up in the middle of the night, we're good. So if it's one of your other spell slots, I would hang on to it.
Sure.
Alright,
Other than that,
well, let's go to bed, guys. I'm tired. It's
Bedtime.
been a long day.
bye.
Really? It's
Is
only felt
there-
like it's been 2 weeks.
Clark, can you explain to me what I can use the herbalism and the poisoning kit for? Like how those work?
So what was the first one you asked?
Herbalism and poisoning
Herbalism.
kit.
All right. So herbalism can be used to well, actually, let me get out Xanathar's real quick because it has a section there has a little bit about this.
Nifty of him to put that in there.
Yes.
That is one thing I wish they'd do. Come up with lists of like tools and stuff that are actually and how to use them.
I think they
Alright,
did
so-
in Xanathar's. They
Yeah.
expanded on it at
Herbalism
least.
kit. Proficiency with the herbalism kit allows you to identify plants and safely collect their useful elements. Components. A herbalism kit includes pouches to store herbs, clippers, and leather gloves for collecting plants, a mortar and a pestle, and several glass jars. You can use your proficiency when you want to use Arcana. Your knowledge of the nature and uses of herbs can add insight to your magical studies that deal with plants and your attempts to identify potions, yada yada yada. So you can identify potions and other stuff with herbalism kit, and you can try to find potions or identify poisons. With the poisoner's kit, The Poisoner's Kit is a favored resource for thieves, assassins, and others who engage in skullduggery. It allows you to apply poisons and create them from various materials. Your knowledge of poisons also helps you treat them. Components: a Poisoner's Kit includes glass vials, a mortar, a pestle, chemicals, and a glass stirring rod. You can do a lot of stuff with it, including medicine. When you treat the victim of a poison, your knowledge grants you added insight into how to provide the best care to your patient. And the things that you can do with it, you can spot a poisoned object, or you can determine the effects of a poison.
I got 2 mortars and pestles. That's what I got out of
Yeah. Basically,
that. Can
you want to know what you can do? You can make potions with herbalism kit. You can make poisons with poisoner's kit.
Do
You
I
can
need
identify
like a larger?
herbs and huh?
Do I need like a larger set to start doing any of that, or if I wanted to do some?
Yeah,
Like,
you're
flex that.
you're definitely gonna need a larger set in order to actually create poisons and potions.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So just having the kit gives me a bonus to identifying more about them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you were given a potion without a label, you could be like, "Oh, let me take a look at this. Oh, this is an invisibility potion," or "No, this is poison."
Okay. Just double checking because I got stuff I can start playing with.
All right.
Thank you.
If I wanted to just make some arrows for like an hour into our rest, how many would I be able to make, if any?
Make arrows.
Yeah.
He starts cutting up the spare bed.
You need a forge, son.
A forge?
You know what goes in arrow tips?
Oh, all right.
Make wooden arrows. Most bullshit type of arrows in the world.
Anything else you guys would like
Can I
to
use
do?
the shark teeth?
Roll me a survival check with disadvantage.
No, I'm not gonna do that. But
All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before you go to bed? All right. Now let me ask a follow-up question. Thaddius, is there anything you would like to do while everyone's asleep?
Shut up!
you were gonna send your familiar down to the docks, right?
Actually, is Raphael there?
Raphael would have come back. Yeah,
Okay.
he's just downstairs right now.
Okay. I will just leave the room to go find Raphael.
All right, he's sitting down at the table, currently eating some of the food that Chef made.
Hi, Rafi.
Ugh.
So I had a question.
You've had a lot of questions today.
I mean, you make very interesting things, and I'm just
What
fascinated.
do you want?
Well, if one was to make a bomb, how would you do so?
He's gonna like look at you, and he's gonna roll an insight check.
If it's not a natural one, we're fighting tonight, boys.
He looks at you, and he's just like, asks much.
I mean, I appreciate that, but like, for myself and ourselves, artificers, it's just kind of I came up with a new kind of tactic, and I'll show him the now imp that's in a rat form, and I'll be like, this boyo, Steve. I was just wondering if there's something I could strap to him if 'cause I lost my big robot thing that I was kind of imagining. I'd just strap a big bomb to him. But this is the next best thing, so I trained this guy to go. But I was just, could you help me with that? I helped you with your gun, and I'm not gonna try to impersonate your gun because I don't think anybody would be as good as a gun with you, except for maybe Ink, of course, because he's wonderful, right?
He does another insight check. And as you're talking about strapping a bomb to the imp, he pulls out his gun and he shoots it
He
Look
shoots.
at them.
He shoots Thaddius, or
No, he shoots the imp.
So it puffs. Okay. Is there a reason for that?
You're not going to be trying that kind of experiment out while we're here.
Oh. Oh, I thought like the warehouse was for like experiments, so I thought I would ask
No.
you. No? Oh, my apologies. I
Not
didn't know.
those kinds. If
Not
you
those
want
kind.
to know more about bombs, talk to Smudge. At least she knows how to keep it under control.
Okay, that makes sense. Another question: are we allowed to? Am I allowed to leave the house during tonight if I wanted to look around within normal range?
If you don't want to be watched, stay in the house.
Are you thinking that I'm confused?
Listen, Thaddeus. I'm gonna be nice to you for just 1 second. Captain Ink already suspects that all of you have crossed him in some way. So, I think your best bet is to try to play nice and hope that in all his graciousness, he leaves without caring about you all, that he just forgets you. But if you try to stay on his radar, you're gonna get killed.
Yeah, that's your job, right? You do the killing for him.
Yeah.
How do you like that?
I'm damn good at it.
Damn good at it. Alrighty. Well, I was just curious. Do you have any hopes and dreams?
What?
I don't know. I'm making small talk. If you're just good at
You're,
killing,
you're pretty bad at it, if
I-
I have to be blatantly honest.
I mean, some would say that you're probably in the same case as well. You kind of seem aggressive. I don't really understand why. Did I do something to offend you? I want to get that out there. Since we're gonna be working together, you know.
He just like looks at you for a couple seconds. He seems to be looking very serious, and then his eyes sort of just like drift down, and he looks back at his plate. He's just like another pause as he eats his food a little bit, and then he says, "Ugh, I want to be rich."
I mean, maybe I can help you with that. I just want to
Uh,
find someone. That's all I really care about. So maybe we can help each other.
if you're as rich as the kind of rich I'm looking for, then you would have already found this person.
Well, and I'll just kind of take out some of the money from the bag of holding that I have for like party loot kind of stuff, like just a handful of it.
How
Just,
much
pour-
money do you place in front of him?
I can keep in taking out. I don't know how much we got from that because it's all in the party loot, so I don't actually have a definite number, and it was all kind of in stuffs as well. So I'll just like take out a handful, kind of like push it onto the table, and then like take out another handful. I'll just keep it going until he kind of like stops, and he kind of like actually acknowledges me.
Dang, do you guys really have 16,000? Okay.
we have 16,648 gold. Yep.
You're taking all of our gold, hard-earned money.
And
I
have
don't think it's all in there.
We stole that
Right.
fair and square.
majority of it probably is because I have a bag of holding.
Well, no, I don't think. I think most of it is at the house, and then we got 7,000 from Gil. So most of that is
so-
probably in the bag of holding.
So
You
we'll
still
say
have
like,
at least 10k in there.
We gave Thaddeus our money. What the fuck, guys?
Got a bag of holding.
This is a learning point.
So, as you are just like dumping out the gold, he's not really looking after like the first 100 or whatever. First 1,000, he's just like, whatever. Just lucky. And then, like, you got to the point where half of the dining table is now just gold, and he looks over for a second, and his eyes sort of just like sparkle for a second, and he sort of like coughs as he's eating his food. That's that's a lot of money.
Yeah, so you can stop the bullshit with looking down on me all the time because I have my own like funds and way to back myself up. I understand that you are more experienced than me, but I bring my own money to the table, if you would. But
Do you actually say, but
yes, I do.
nice.
It's still not the same amount that I can get with ink.
Well, why don't you be ink?
Huh?
Well, if your aspirations are that go like big, why don't you go get it? I have all this money, and you think of me as absolutely dirt. So why can't you do better?
I want you
I-
to roll me a persuasion check, and I'm going to tell you right now if you roll bad.
Fucking hell. Oh my god. Alright.
That was
Good,
19. Fucking hell.
good, good for you, because if you had rolled under a 15, he was going to kill you.
Woo!
I can't die.
He,
I mean, thank you, Clark. You're just enabling his delusions.
You're. You really are.
he looks at the gold. He, like, runs his hands through it. How long it take you to get this?
One day.
Bullshit.
I mean, I got majority of this in one day.
You didn't get this from Gills, did you?
I mean, yeah, from his cave.
Yeah. He's been stealing from Captain Ink. So this is
Yeah.
all the gold Captain Ink has been making.
Yeah, so I could either return it to you, or I could return it to him. Who do you want me to return it to?
He's gonna look at you. He's gonna do an insight check to see if you'd really give him all this gold.
Okay.
Which, by the way, what is the answer?
I mean, do I have to roll deception?
if you're not gonna give him the gold, you roll deception.
I would give it.
All right. Well then,
I guess I don't
He
need to roll
looks
anything
at-
then.
he looks at you, and he gives a 24 on insight. You really give me this gold if ink was gone.
I mean, you're throwing around accusations now of getting rid of ink, so if that's your plan, tell me where to shoot.
Listen, you're not the one that's doing a job here. This, and he like pats the mound of gold, seems like a reward. What do I have to do to earn it?
Well, to be honest, I'm not exactly the plan maker here. I'm not exactly good at this sort of thing, but if any shit were to go down, you can just protect me. Keep on our side, my side. And to be honest, I'll be happy to help you with any sort of projects that you have with your gun. I like this to be a working relationship. Maybe we can even become friends. It'd be nice to have friends, regardless of if I need to pay you to be my friend.
He just runs his hands through the gold again. You're gonna give me all this gold, right?
Yeah, this is only a bit of it.
Okay, now I have to ask Thaddeus. Are you going to give him every last piece of gold? Because if you're not going to give him every last piece of gold, then this is technically deception.
The money that's on the table, sure.
Yeah.
I will give it to him when the job is done.
All right. He's going to look at the gold again, just get a smile. All right. If anything goes down, I'll be on your side.
Alrighty.
So you might want to hide this gold first.
No
I
problem.
think
And I'll
it's
just
shining too brightly in here.
yeah, no. Kind of just you want to kind of just like pour it on the ground, like light some torches and roll around in it.
I'd rather use it, but that also sounds enjoyable.
We have like mindsets. So I will take portion of this. Here, I can. Do you want a little bit now to show like a job well done? We can shake on it.
Yeah, he'll rummage about and grab 100 platinum if there is there has to be platinum in there. So he tries to grab the least amount that would equal up to 1,000 gold pieces.
Alrighty. So
10% now, the rest later.
alrighty. Good to be doing this business with you. So I understand that you kind of want to take some charge here. So do you think there would be anyone else that would throw down with you?
He looks to you for a second and then he says, and he looks around. Not here. Come with me.
Right now.
Yes, right now.
Okay, I'll start pouring all the gold in to the bag, and just shoveling it back in there.
Okay. He'll help you.
Oh, thank you, I
And,
appreciate it. You really didn't have to.
He leads you upstairs, and where you see that he's walking towards the guest room, but he suddenly takes a right, and he pushes a panel on the wall. It slides and it opens up into a small little room. It has a singular bed, and it has a bunch of crates. And as you look at it, you could probably assume this is where Raph keeps all his goods.
This is ingenious.
He closes the little panel behind you and just says, "All right, now I've sealed off the room with a little bit of wood that's hard to hear through. We take it from the Slaughter Swamp. Should be hard for anyone to hear us through this. So, you want to know people that might want to help take down Ink.
Yeah.
I have-
Is there anyone in the town?
I have a good amount of men that are on Captain Ink's ship that will follow me rather than him. And we can, I can use those people to help defeat him, but I don't know about this. You're fighting Captain Ink. There's a reason why he's captain here. Who else do you think you can get to help us?
I mean, I have some other friends, approximately 7 of them, as well as to be honest, I can't tell the difference between her and Ra, and names are hard. So the one that like smashing things, would she like to smash harder things? Goes into a
Both
fight.
of them like to smash things thoroughly.
Yeah.
Which
So,
one of them has a shield, one of them has an axe. Which one are you referring to?
well, if they both like smashing things, why when they want to smash things for you, you seem a little bit more ruthless and
Yes,
outgoing.
but I don't control them. Captain Ink does.
So breach
So
the
they need to
subject with
choose.
him.
They need to choose on their own volition to leave.
Difficult. I mean, I believe someone was talking to Smudge earlier.
Yes, I saw the blue one talking with her.
Yeah. So we've set in our ties.
You could get Smudge on your side, but I don't think that should be any use in combat.
But, you know, this brings me
And
back to blowing up a ship.
No.
No.
If you want my help, that ship stays intact.
Understandable. Well, regardless, it would still be someone that is experienced and has a name and isn't some generic person. What about the Iron Chef?
He's friends with Smudge.
Exactly.
You convince Smudge, you can probably convince him. But he's not one for violence, so unless
But if Smudge is in
Ink
danger,
is yes, if Smudge is in danger, or if Ink attacks first against people he deems are friends, then he'll join in.
so do you think you could provoke him to attack first?
I mean, I could always try to get Ink to harm you all.
I don't think that'd be too hard, to be honest. I could get
No,
anyone
it
here to harm
wouldn't.
me. Hell, I could get my own probably friends to harm me, no problem.
True.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I think I can spur him, yes, but you have to make one of you has to become friends with him at least, because giving Captain Ink already finds you guys as sort of criminals in his eyes. If he goes ahead and attacks one of you, the chef, he won't mind too much because all that he knows is that you slighted Ink. He knows this is what Ink does to people. He needs to see that Ink attacked an innocent person.
Oh, so basically we need to set up Smudge that she is coercing with us, and then when Captain Ink decides to penalize Smudge, or perhaps one of the friends
There's
of Smudge.
Listen, there's no way you're gonna get Captain Ink to do anything to Smudge.
Well, what if we got Captain Ink to fight a member that was talking to Smudge that Smudge likes, and then Smudge tries to intervene and gets hurt?
I could try to do that. Yeah, that's feasible, but you'll really need to spur Smudge into trying to help out, just like I'll have to spur Ink into showing Smudge some discipline.
Oh, I can do that, no problem.
Alright? Then we can get the Iron Chef on our side. But her and Ra are still a force to be reckoned with. Do you think you could get either of them on our side?
I'm sure we can figure something out. To be honest, I've kind of blanked out for like 2 days approximately. So um it's been a busy 2 days. I can talk to the rest of my group and see if anything can be done.
Yeah, do that. But make sure no one hears you. Make sure that you stay aware. Ink, he can be anywhere. That's why I always check myself before I come into here, making sure that he doesn't follow or doesn't know where I am.
Oh, well, that's creepy. Okay. By the way, I can turn invisible. That's pretty cool, eh?
That's great. He can do the same. Invisible ink.
Spoopy.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, have a good night. Good doing business with you. I don't really know what else to say. Don't often do this sort of thing. So
Me either.
I hope we get along. And I'll like put out a hand for him to shake it.
I hope we don't get killed. And he shakes your hand.
Well, can't die. I'll turn towards the door thingy, and I just kind of realize that I don't know how to open it, and I'll just kind of like stand there staring at the door, and just gonna be like, "Is there a handle? Is there a
He'll
lever?"
go over and he'll push in. Before you leave, he's just like, no. I'll die. You guys won't. That would be too peaceful of a way for ink to kill you.
Well, I'll ascend, one way or another. I'm becoming a god, and I'll walk away,
He rolls his eyes.
and I'll go
And then
back upstairs.
he just starts to count his gold.
I'll go upstairs, and I'll wake up Perry. Perry here.
Alright?
I don't. What?
Hi.
Hi.
Raphael's on our team.
I said, what?
Raphael, you know, guy with gun.
Yes.
He's on our team.
Oh. Good work, Thaddeus.
Welcome.
Is there any catch? Is there anything else we need to know?
Well, this is probably something. I know you can talk into people's heads, so I decided to wake you up first. Can we do that instead?
Yeah. Okay. So I'll use Wake in Mind.
Hi.
So what's up?
Just went and did some talking, schmoozing, blowing. So it costed 1,000 gold pieces, and he expects all the money that I have in my bag after the fact, but he is willing to turn against Captain Ink and believes that he has a little bit of a plan that may work out in our favor.
Okay. What's the
So,
plan?
so the plan is that we get Cicero and Smudge together.
Okay.
He's going to spur on Captain Ink to take his wrath upon Cicero. Smudge needs to intervene to get in the fight and protect Cicero. And then, while this is happening, hopefully, we'll have to have the Iron Chef nearby. So maybe on the ship itself. And the Iron Chef will most likely intervene to protect Smudge. So we'll have Smudge and Iron Chef on our team to protect us. And then if we can try to convince her Ra to fight with us, that'd be a good step as well. But Captain Ink is
On the ship, if he doesn't trust us, did Raphael say why?
not really.
Oh.
He just
Okay.
he willingly thinks that we are outlaws at this point within the. So maybe we could just. I mean, if
Maybe.
all of them are there and they are taking their sail, it's not like they're gonna really see us as a threat if he has all of his crew members there and we come aboard just to look at the boat.
Right.
I think
Or
Raphael might be able to spin something for us. And if Cicero convinces Smudge that we want to come aboard.
okay. I guess that plan would still work even if it happened in camp. Like if it seemed like the head honchos were fighting the pirates, would probably want to stay out of it, so they'd probably.
Yeah, I think
Right.
Raphael might be able to call everybody up. We just need to try to get either her or Ra on our team, if that'd be beneficial. But Raphael is willing to throw down with us in a fight.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
And her likes Smudge. Her friends with Smudge, so she would. The only downside of this plan is that it involves deliberately trying to get Cicero and Smudge hurt. I don't know if I
I
like
mean,
that.
I believe that we're gonna get hurt either way. We were sent to kill these people, right? So Smudge could have been killed in the end regardless.
True, that's fair, I guess. Okay, so okay, we'll put a pin in this information. Is your little buddy still gonna be scouting, or
Raphael killed it.
oh, could
It's
you?
alright. I'll summon Steven too, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, all right, good plan. Good work, Thaddeus. I'm super impressed. This was excellent stuff from you. After you summon Steven too, just get some rest, I guess, and we'll. Hey,
Alrighty, sounds good. Sorry for just doing my own thing, but I didn't like the plan. I didn't want to go with other people, so fuck it.
oh,
Alrighty,
so I'm gonna go back to sleep now. Okay.
alrighty. Good night, and then I'll how many is there? How many empty beds are in there in this room?
Said there was 8 total, so
And then Cicero isn't here, right?
yeah.
So there's at least 2. If I'm mathing.
Yeah,
right?
there's
Mhm.
2 other beds.
Okay, I want to put piece of father in one bed by himself, and then I'll sleep in the other bed.
All right.
And that's enough of me talking at people.
That
All-
is.
All right. Does everyone go to sleep?
I'm gonna cast Find Familiar before I go to sleep, but yeah.
All right. You're just gonna tell your familiar to go invisible.
Because I can't. If I tell it to go and scout around, I don't.
Yeah.
don't
What's your
know.
last command gonna be for it before you go to sleep? Wake me up at 5 a.m. in the morning. No later.
I need my morning coffee.
You make sure that there's a nice mocha frappuccino in front of me at 8 a.m. in the morning. Thanks, love.
From
Apparently,
Starbucks.
there's a
From
coffee
Starbucks.
shop.
There better not be some of that Dutch bro shit. I need my Starbucks in the morning. I need it.
I need my fucking Timmy's in the morning, bad.
There is a coffee shop in this world now, so I mean.
Yeah, there is.
I will tell him to just kind of be in the room looking out, because I'm more worried about Captain Ink suddenly showing up in our room trying to do things, even though it's not really gonna help. But I'm gonna tell him to like sit in the corner and watch us.
All right. So, while you are sleeping, while you're sleeping, we're going to go along the line, and I want you guys to tell me what you're dreaming about. So, Cord, what would Cord be dreaming about? And nothing is not a suitable answer in this situation. So,
Oh,
Cord, what would Cord be
Interesting.
dreaming about?
Probably not anything good. I mean, it's core.
So probably something along the lines of war or the attack of Tantamar and stuff like that.
Probably.
All right. What would Perry be dreaming about?
I mean, unless those crazy old ladies want to talk to me again.
Yeah. I would be dreaming about being back home climbing the party tree, but I'm worried about that hag and that coin I got.
All right.
Because they wanted us to do something, but I don't remember what. It's been so long ago.
Mm-hmm. Thaddeus, what are you dreaming?
Most likely the same dreams that I have every night about the night that I helped Dee, or not Dee, helped Donnie escape. So basically, me being pulled back to the cult, like flashbacks.
All right. Aaron, what are you dreaming about?
Well, do you want to roll a d20 first?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a d20.
Oh, me roll a d20.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be me. I'm dumb. Nope. What are you dreaming about?
I'm dreaming about my sister and back when we were together, and some of the times we were having in Fairhaven, which quickly transitions into the day I came home to find everything attacked. Uh, and then which transitions into like the Kraken symbol, just like a lot of bad things about that.
All right. And finally, Callan, what are you dreaming about?
I think Callan replays a training with Chem pretty regularly as a dream. So learning how to go from rooftop to rooftop, throwing knives, and fixing himself up just to try again the next day.
All right. As you all are dreaming, you start to feel something strange in your dreams. As if everything started to feel a lot more real. Ford, as you're dreaming about the wars that you've been in, the people that you've lost, battle at Tantamar, the people that you killed there, the people that you saved, all of the corpses that you saw in the street start to rise. They start heading your direction. Blood pooling out of their mouths and their eyes. They start reaching towards you. You reach for your pike, but it isn't in your hands. You try to block them with your armor, but you realize that it's just made out of paper, and as the rain falls down on it, it falls off of you. Bodies just come closer and closer. And as you see one zombie butch come towards you, you see that the blood coming out of his mouth looks almost black. Harry, as you dream about the party tree and back home, you look back at your family as you're sitting atop the party tree, and they're crying, they're yelling. It's muffled to you, but at some points you could hear, "Get off of there," or "Please save my daughter." And as you turn around, you see the tree, your favorite party tree. Its leaves and its branches start to droop down. And as you look at the trunk, there is a monstrous face on it. As the branches just grab you and start bringing you in, everything just starts to, all the branches, the leaves, the trunk just starts to drip as if it was dissolving. The last thing you see is yourself being pulled into the inside this tree, gnashing jaws crunching down on you. Thaddius, when you're dreaming of Donnie helping you escape from the cult, you finally make your way out of there. The demons that you left behind are finally behind you, but as you look forward to the new dawn, you feel a hand on your back and you look to see that it's Donnie. His face completely contorted, a wicked smile on his face, almost as it had been sewn on. He looks at you and he just grabs you by the head. He grabs his sword and starts to jab you time after time. You look down at your gut and you see blood pooling out of it. The same thing though, it looks completely black. Aaron, you're with your sister. You're thinking about the times that you spent with her in the forest with your master. And then you think the war that ravaged your home. And as you're looking around for your sister, you see her. You don't see any cultists. You see her on the ground, dead. And above her, your master pulling a sword out of her back. The sword dripping with blood. But not just blood, it looks like the entire sword itself is just dripping. As if it was made out of liquid. Turns to you, blood on his face, and rage in his eyes. He makes his way towards you. You try reaching for your bow, but it's not there. You try grabbing a dagger, nothing's at your side, and he just shoves the sword into your chest as he just smiles at you. Finally, Callan, you're jumping from rooftop to rooftop with Hem. He's going on about how he wishes that one day you and him can be free of his father, and how maybe one day you guys can finally live in peace without worrying about anyone trying to come after you. As you're about to look over to him to give him a smile of reassurance, you see a wicked sword through his chest, blood coming out of his mouth, and he looks towards you, lapses. He pulls a man, pulls a sword out of him. You look up, you see nothing less than the Lord Dupree himself. Taking the sword out of his own son's chest, and then pointing it towards you. A black smile, full of liquid on his face. The sword, black, dripping onto the ground as he just plunges it into your neck and pins you down to the rooftop. Last thing you see is Lord Dupree melting into what appears to be a amalgam of ink. You all wake up. Next morning,
Like,
you feel like all these nightmares have woken you guys up with a start. You're sweating, horrible, and some of you uh, feel like someone had, like there was something else here that night. That was not just a normal dream for you guys. Still get your long rest, but you feel horrible.
Oh, that was a new one.
on that note, is there any chance that we could go ahead and call it for the night? I feel like we really need Cicero for the plan.
Yeah, I'm fine with that because it seems like shit's gonna go down soon, unless you have something else planned for us, Park.
No, no, no plans.
I want Cicero to help me. I can't be the only talker. I'm just not good at it.
I can talk.
You did so good, Thaddeus. I'm so proud of you.
I usually play charismatic characters.
I don't know anything, but you know.
And I guess we can layman's terms explain everything to everyone else. I mean,
Yeah.
Perry can.
Yeah, I'll use Awaken Mind as we wake up. Tell everybody while Thaddeus is getting his report from Steven.
Oh yeah, does Steven see anything?
Oh yeah, Steven gives you a report, and he saw that the door opened last night, and then it closed.
Okay. I'll tell Perry that as well.
You didn't see anything at the ships? I thought he went to see the ships.
Nah, it was It was a little too late last night, and I can only really give him one command, so I could tell him
Gotcha.
to scout the ship, but he probably wouldn't return. And I
Yeah,
haven't really played around with this too much, and you know,
fair
last
enough.
time I sent out a friend, he didn't come back.
Mm.
What the fuck? So you're telling me there was someone here?
I had
Yep.
weird dreams last night. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, it was about average.
It was a little bit worse than average.
Do you want to talk about it, Aaron?
Anyway, so Raphael, he's with us?
Yep.
How did you swing that?
I talked to him, and I promised some money.
Okay. The money, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I did my thing.
You did what now?
I did my thing. I talked to him, was personable.
Alright. What was the plan you guys came up with? Or just run it through me? Run it by me one more time? Sorry, I'm kinda out of it this morning.
So I'll run it by Perry, and then Perry will, I guess, I'll be like Perry. I'll tap my forehead to Perry,
Yeah.
so then she'll talk into my head, and I'll explain to you. Basically, we're gonna try to get Captain Ing to fight, or at least bring his hell down upon Cicero. Cicero will then be protected, hopefully, by Smudge. And if Smudge gets into the fight whatsoever and gets hurt in any such way, then we'll have a chance to throw down because the Iron Chef will get pissed, and we have to try to at least get her or Ra on her team, or both of them.
Okay. So Cicero's the bait
Yes.
to try to get at least the Iron Chef on our side.
Yes.
And then hopefully one of the giants or both of them.
I mean, I think I've done a little bit fair share. If you guys could try to, I didn't really
Honestly, I'm surprised, but I didn't think I'd ever say this, but good job, Thaddius.
Can you say it again?
Don't push your luck.
I mean, I could go just tell him that. Never mind.
Yeah? What was that a threat to expose all of us, including yourself?
I mean, more just you,
Hmm.
but you don't need to be an asshole all the time. Just like 60% of the time.
Listen, I gave you a compliment, alright? I think that it counts as 40%.
Yeah, but seeing how as I just pulled someone in to help us after you talk shit all last night about me not being able to do anything.
If you guys could stop using me as your channel to bitch with each other, I'd really appreciate that. My brain is starting to hurt from this traffic. Let's just, we've got a plan. As soon as we get Cicero, I'll read Cicero in, and then we'll go from there. Okay?
That sounds good.
Okay. Thank you.
But
For getting him on side, Thaddeus. We appreciate it.
but yeah, good job, Thaddeus.
Okay.
So what do we do in the meantime? How do we want to set this up? I mean, anyone can feel free to jump in. I mean, Cord,
Are we
Callan.
gonna be trying to do this on the ship?
I don't think so. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get access to the ship. Plus,
Oh.
especially if Smudge, he doesn't usually bring Smudge along, right? So it would have to be today.
Also, Raphael wants the ship in pieces, like able to
In
be-
pieces?
able to be.
I mean, we
in
can
my-
do that. Okay. He wants the ship. Well, that's
Well, let's just keep our wits about us. We'll go down to breakfast. Make sure the Iron Chef knows that we find his food delicious. Keep being nice to Smudge and her and Raw, and just go on from there.
okay. Uh, if we're gonna call it here, before we do, does anyone just want to message Laura just in case she has a little extra time? I don't know. I mean, I'm good to keep going,
well,
but I understand if we want to call it here, because yeah, Cicero's kind of important for this.
well, what do you want Cicero to do?
Well, Cicero is an important part of the plan as far as continuing to talk around Smudge and potentially, yeah, cozy up with Ink and then potentially aggravate him a way to get him to attack him. That's what we're going for, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like it's have Ink get infuriated that he's losing his smudge, I guess. Although I don't even know how close her and Cicero are right now, but
I think if that's your plan, if you want to go ahead with the plan, that plan, you might want to do that when we have everyone.
yeah.
You guys can continue with the rest of the session, like talking to the NPCs and stuff, or trying to do something around camp. However, I'm guessing that if you want to just go straight into the plan, then you're gonna need to wait until next session.
Well, even for like Cicero to further our plan along as far as even getting the plan planned.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
pretty
then
much,
having
yeah.
Ari there as well will help out
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, for
Seems
sure.
like
I feel that we've been going for 2 hours. We've got some stuff accomplished, mostly thanks to Thaddius. We did good,
Mucho
team.
que
We
ya.
did good tonight. We didn't completely f it up.
Yeah, it only costed us 1,000 gold pieces.
Well, it'll probably cost us more, but yeah.
Then we after the fact we'd be like, okay, let's have a victory feast as like our new kind of business arrangement, and then we just kill the rest of the pirates.
Yup.
I mean,
That's
so
what it'll
after
be.
this, we have a victory feast, and then after we just kill the rest of them.
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay. Good plan. I'm so proud of us making plans.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, the point of this, I wasn't supposed to do plans with this guy.
Oh man, Thaddeus is coming through for
My-
us.
My other game, I am literally the leader of the group, and it
Uh-huh.
fucking sucks.
All right, are we just gonna call it here? Does anyone want to do
Yeah.
something about the dreams or anything? 'Cause that's kind of creepy.
That's an average dream for me.
Creepy.
I feel like all of us are people who have terrible dreams, so I feel like it's pretty average for all of us.
Eh, it was upsetting, but you know, when you've been living a life of having dreams like that, you get jaded.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Is that how it works?
Yes,
All right.
because you younglings wouldn't understand what it's like to live in all
And he's back.
I mean, no,
Alright,
I said that. I said that in character as well. Like he's.
Oh, I know.
All right. Well, if that's what you guys want to do, then we'll leave it at that for tonight.
Okay.
Thank you.